Good morning, all you lovely people. Welcome back to Grumpy Old Git in the Corner on a very wet Tuesday. I've been missing for a few days. I haven't been very well. My throat's still quite raw. And Mrs. W's up in bed. She's got the lurgy at the moment now. I think she caught that off of me. But also... yesterday I had a hospital appointment, and although I've been denying it, those of you that shouted and said I had a certain issue going on along with the missus, yes, it seems I have got COPD. I've got to go back for some more tests along with sleep tests for sleep apnea and the like, and other stuff connected with it. But it seems it is a problem. It could be to do with the scarring in my throat and my lungs and my chest, I don't know. But apparently the doctor that I saw yesterday is convinced that's what I've got, so it would explain the breathing difficulties. So obviously I haven't been keeping up with a lot. But it doesn't look like everything's going the way that the walking clusterfuck Starmer wanted it to. With one MP in particular, Rosie Duffield, standing up and putting in a very good letter of resignation from the Labour Party, and reading through it. I mean, it's available all over the internet, so I'm not even going to bother going through it, but what she put in there, you know, she's got more balls than most of the Labour MPs, and they're the ones with dicks. I mean, she's got more balls than a lot of them with some of the things she put in there. And she's absolutely right. You know, it's everything that we've been saying about the clown, she put in there. But as I say, I haven't been keeping up a lot. But that story is available. I mean, everywhere you go on the internet, there's a copy of that letter now. But moving on now, the seasons are changing, and it's the new season of Fear Factor, isn't it? Flu jab, getting jabbed up with other things again. They've started the campaign on that. You know, I don't take either, never will. But they're very, very worried that this year the uptake is very low. You're surprised. This is what I mean. These people just do not know how to read the fucking room, do they? But it's not surprising with everything that's been exposed over the last few years. With all the new political news coming out, obviously the excess death story has been put on the back burner, but it's still there. You know, the rate of unexplained deaths, well, they're being explained in certain quarters, but being denied in others. But people are forgetting about all this with the political issues going on. You know, every political issue at the moment that hits the headlines is a distraction away from what's really going on out there. One in particular I saw, which I found very, very disturbing and very, very worrying, was about a gentleman in his 30s with Down syndrome. Now, he's had COVID and he recovered absolutely fine. He didn't have any problem. But he refuses to take his jab. He doesn't want it. His mother doesn't want him to have it, and she's backing him the whole of the way. But the main thing is, he doesn't want it. Now, the NHS have tried to force him to have it. And they've even gone to court over this, and the court has said he's got to have it, apparently. Yeah, this is the wonderful fucking corrupt justice system we have in this country. Forcing something against your will. Now, he does apparently have some slight learning difficulties, and he is autistic. But that doesn't mean to say the chap doesn't know his own mind. I mean, there are many Down syndrome sufferers that are very, very clever people. They know their own lives. They know what they want. You know, and they should never be treated this way. But they've gone as far now as to try and spike his drinks with sedatives, so once he's asleep they can jab him up. He's got around that by tipping the drinks away. But this is what I said, this is very worrying. This is what this country has sunk to drugging somebody, to introduce something into their body that could harm them, not saying it would, that could harm them, that they don't want. I find that very, very disturbing, very upsetting. And it should never, ever happen. But that's going to wind me up again. But while I've been off, obviously we've got the Conservative jolly, I'll call it, in Birmingham. Which means a lot of the Conservative MPs and people are local at the moment. Now, unknown to me, this went off while I've been ill. Yeah, Roland opening a shop less than a quarter of a mile from here in my town. To be honest, it's probably just as well I didn't know, because I'd have probably gone up, ill or not, and I'd have caused fucking havoc. I would have wanted answered lots of questions, and I don't think it would have been tolerated. So it's just as well I didn't know, to be honest. But I'm going to leave it there for today, folks. I've got some phone calls incoming today, and I've got to make some as well, with things that are going on personally, obviously. But I may do a video tomorrow, and I will attempt to do a live tomorrow night as usual. Again, how long it will last, it's going to depend on how well I'm feeling. But being as we missed Fridays with Mrs. W, I will try and put something out, and obviously she'll be here with me anyway. So, but until then, guys, as always, stay safe, stay strong, and stay free from the fucking absolute corruption that's going on in this country. Respects, guys.